Hello, we're going to do a simple rainbow salad, and we're going to cut it on the Saladmaster food processor. I'm going to start off with cone 3 and actually do the two different types of cabbages. We're going to do a green cabbage and a red cabbage. And if you notice, I leave the stalk in. The stalk actually has a digestive enzyme in it that's very similar to pepsin. That actually helps you to aid in the digestion of the leaves. And cabbage is one of the #1 cruciferous vegetables for fighting cancer. And we want to add that into our diet cooked as well as in raw, so we get the fiber as well. But if you notice, this machine is able to cut up that stalk and put it right into where you can't tell the difference between the stalk or the leaf. And then we're also going to add that purple cabbage. You know the difference between green and purple cabbage? It's not just the color. Actually, there is more minerals and vitamins that are in the darker leafy vegetables. And we want to add those in as well. We want to eat the rainbow and eat colorful, bright foods that are directly from the ground, closest from the farm to the fork as possible, with the least amount of processing. That is the best way to have our foods. And we want definitely part with raw and part with cooked. And if you notice with this machine, I can actually put my hand on the inside, I can put my hand on the outside. What I don't want to do is where the pinch points are, but you can see that I can actually touch the blade. So that's with cone 3. It's just what's called a French fry cut. This is great for chunks. It's great for if we take this top off and we want to do a melon. We can actually put it all the way down to the rind, where then you're not losing all that with the rind. Because when you cut up something on a cutting board, where does all the juice go? It usually goes onto the board and down the drain. With this machine, we can actually use the machine and be able to do and use everything of the fruits and vegetables. So with an apple, this is a great cut for making apple slices, apple chunks. It's great for decorative because it gets the little ruffles in there. And so we can do carrot chips, apple chips, zucchini chips. You can cut it just to actually make things look beautiful as well, because we start digesting with our eyes. And then I'm going to cut up the rest of the apple, and what we have is cone 2. With cone 2, this is our stringer. This is great for hash browns. It's great to make thin. This is awesome for cutting up onions. And so it's done so quick, you never even know. You don't have time to cry, it's already done. But you can see that we can go all the way down to the core. And so you can see that it cuts it up in nice slices. If I want to make zoodles, all I do is take off the top. You can take the zucchini, at the length of the zucchini, I can actually make zoodles all the way through it, and it will get to the length of the zucchini and what's touching the blade. And so that is cone 2. We're also going to do the zester cone. This cone right here, this is cone 1, and this is one of my favorite for doing any type of a gotta go meal. Whatever's gotta go in the refrigerator, I can shred up and put into a cake, put into a sauce. And so you get those tiny little bits that are easy to put into things. So if your children or big kids eat with their eyeballs, it's very simple to add things that are chopped up so fine and be able to use it. So you can see how quickly we can cut that carrot, and you can put it in certain things. I always put carrots, zucchinis in any type of a sauce, because then you get the extra fiber of the vegetable along with it. And so then we're going to do some radishes. Radishes are actually nature's bread bowl. There's just as much potassium in a radish that there is in a banana, just not as much sugar. And it also helps with the cramping, especially here in Arizona. It's hot outside for the most part, and we want to be able to actually take those radishes and eat them to give us the extra potassium to help in the cramping. And so these right here, these strings can wrap up around a pre-polyp. And so if you want to eat celery like this, you can take it and peel each slice. But just like we always tell people that we want to cook for them, no strings attached, you can put it right through the back and it de-strings it for you. And you can also put it through the front, just as this is exactly how I would do an onion. I keep the peel right in my hand, put it right up to the blade, and then you have just the peel. So I do want to bring your attention to what we end up throwing away, and everything that I've used is just an apple core and a celery stalk. The rest of it is actually into my salad, and even with just that little bit of celery, you can see how much juice will come out of just that little bit. And then for dressing, I want to encourage you not to use the junk in the jar, because if it says low fat, no fat on the shelf, it means highly chemicaled. And the minute it gets to our body turns it into something to try to understand what it is. So again, closest from the farm to the fork as possible. Great dressings for this is actually citrus. You can zest You can, now with a lemon, you can go all the way through the white. It gives you the riboflavins that are in there that are really good for you. If you're gonna do an orange or something like that, don't go through all the way through the white just because it's bitter. It's still good for you, but it's just bitter. With a lemon, you can use the whole thing. And then we're actually going to juice it as well. So I'm just gonna take part of that and juice it. And if you find a seed from the lemon, just consider it a nut. It won't hurt you. And so there we have just a simple dressing with this a beautiful rainbow cut salad. That is great for even if you wanted to dress tacos with it, if you want it for plain salad. This is great as a salmon salad, a chicken salad, just a great side. But we have definitely the pretty colorful salad ready to go with any meal.